Hey y'all, this will probably be the second video you've seen from me in recent. I still haven't posted the other one that I did, but today is day 78. And I've debated calling it day 78 just because I feel like I hit a little reset. You know, I had a little stumble, if you will. But it's day 78, Wednesday, January 8th. Just got out of my salsa lesson. It was a good hour-long workout. And yeah, man. So as I've said, I think it was the day. In the day 76 video, I think it was a day 75 video, technically, but I shot at day 76. But I kind of explained that after Christmas Eve, I kind of, for about 2 weeks now, have been fluctuating in my calorie intake. Christmas Eve, I did break my no eating. I had only been doing, for those that don't know, haven't seen my other videos, but for 63 days, I had only ingested liquid calories via protein shakes, and my limit was 800 calories, but probably prior to day 63 for at least 2-3 weeks, most days was between 300 to 400 calories. And I kind of just broke, I stumbled. And it happens. I had been hoping to make it to the full 90 days without breaking, but we got 2/3 of the way there. It is what it is. But kind of on a day-to-day basis, I'm still counting my calories. But on a day-to-day basis, I think out of the last 2 weeks, maybe 2 days, 3 days, have I ever stayed under 800 calories. Most days have been between 1,000 to 1,600 calories. There's been a couple of days that have been up in the twos. But there hasn't been any day that I believe it has gone past probably 2,700 calories. My maintenance calories is about 3,300. So technically every single day I've been under my maintenance calories, but for my goals, the way my mind works, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable, and I don't know. And I knew this was gonna happen if I broke. That's the thing. That's why, you know what I mean? There had been Thanksgiving, there had been my dad's birthday, there had been events prior to day 63 where there had been moments to say, okay, hey, why don't you just have a little bit? Why don't you just have this protein? Why don't you have this whole food? But I knew in my heart that in order for this to go the distance, I cannot give myself any grace, because I abuse it. And so, it's a bummer, but I broke. Now, I will say for the most part, I would say the majority, not the absolute majority, but the majority of the foods I have been ingesting in these last 2 weeks have been whole foods. But still, and I think I went over this. I'm repeating basically what I said in my previous video, but a little bit. I feel a lot better from a gastrointestinal stomach feeling wise when I am not eating, when I'm just ingesting via liquid. My stomach has become very sensitive over the last couple of years after my incident in 2021, and then this kind of the 63 days kind of like reorganized my stomach so that I've gone back to my sensitivity levels, my intake sensitivity levels of like 2021, 2022, where I get full very fast. the issue is, right, the mental aspect. You know, let's take today. I'm gonna be completely transparent. You know, today I had been saying, you know what, I'll get back on the horse. I'll just, you know, I had been wanting to do a pure fast with no calorie intake, just water, but I just haven't committed to it. But I think what, you know, then I told myself, okay, why don't we just go back to the shakes? And we just stay with the shakes, and then we gradually get to a point where we do maybe like a 10-day fast or a 7-day fast, and, you know, see what that does, kind of a thing. Porque estamos frenando. I don't know what that was. Porque estamos frenando. Papá, ¿qué estamos haciendo, papá? You know what I mean? But, you know, I ate like half of a Great American, like small chocolate chip cookie. I had like 3 or 4 crackers, like just regular salted, like not really salted, to be honest. They were like, you know, those like charcuterie board, pre-made charcuterie boards that come with packaged goods, like packaged like crackers and cheeses and, you know, peppers and all that stuff. I had like 3 or 4 of those, and then I was like, okay, because that's my kryptonite, is that I am like a short burst intensity eater. You know what I mean? Like I get like in this 3 or 4 minutes of just attack mode, where I just like snacking intensely. So I was like, okay, gotta stop. And then I was like, you know what? But I do want something. You know what I mean? And I kind of justified it, like, okay, let me count it. Let me make it something whole. You know, and we'll slowly get back to where we were, which is okay, I guess. So I had Popeyes for lunch. And you might think, okay, Popeyes. But what I had was 6 blackened chicken tenders, which comes out to be about 340 calories, I think. A regular sized mashed potatoes, which is 110 calories. A regular sized coleslaw, which is 140 calories. And no sauce. And no biscuits. So that's like 590 calories, right? I'm still under my 800 calories. So that's a good meal. 2 things. 1, chicken has always filled me faster than beef and pork for some reason. 2, once I consumed those 590 calories, I just felt bad. Not from a like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that kind of, or like, but from like a, dang, like that was really heavy. Like that was heavy and I feel really full. And why did I do that? Right? And then I get home and I have an 80 calorie bag of Skinny Pop cheddar. And then I had a what did I also count? I think I had another 200 calories of something. I forgot. So all in all, I've probably had about 900 calories today. But I'm very sensitive to food now. I'm very sensitive, and I feel like I get bloated really fast. But it's the mental thing where I know these things, but it's like, okay, you know the solution. The solution is to get back to shakes so we can get to a point where we got to where we were before, where it was very like today, if I don't have a shake, I feel fine. Like, you can look back at my videos. That's the bad thing about Bell 8. There's always cops, man. Harris County cops, bro. All they want to do is get your money, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, it's all Oreos. It's pretty far back. I hope he does. It's not me. It's someone else. But But it's one of those things where it's like, it's back to that thing that I'm always talking about for more than 2 months, is that it's mental. It's purely mental. It's purely like wanting to eat something and then just satisfying that, and then realizing, okay, that was the wrong move. And you knowing it's a wrong move, but you do it again. So I think today, compared to, there have been other days that have been, where it's been 2 times the calories, today was better than most. So my plan moving forward, for the month of January is, I had initially, before I broke, had said, okay, January 20th, I end phase 1, I enter phase 2, where I'll play with the 800 to 1100 calories, where I had said I still want to do 1 to 2 shakes of that, so that comes out to probably about 300 calories, and that the rest I slowly introduce 500 to 800 calories worth of fruits and vegetables. I still want to do that, but I don't think I'm going to do the January 20th deadline. What I think I'm going to do is, for the next couple of days, I'm going to go back on the shakes, and I'll play with it. I might have 5, 5, which equals 780 calories, 790 calories, and maybe I'll do 5. Maybe I'll do 4, just how I'm feeling, but I won't be like, okay, just do 1 or just do 2. I think it's going to be at least 3 a day for a few days, until I get back to that point where it becomes, okay, we're in that locked in mode. Till January 20th, right? And continue it for the rest of the month, up until my Mexico City trip. But as I get closer to Mexico City, go up. Like, have 4 to 5 shakes consistently every single day for those last 10, 11 days before I go to Mexico City. And I had said in previous videos that when I had planned that trip, that in Mexico City, I'm going to consume the local food. I still think that is true, but I'm going to commit. I'm going to tell my mom that I'm going with my mom to the trip. I'm going to let her know, hey, I only want to taste things. I don't want to eat. You know what I mean? Whenever, when we get street tacos, I'll have 1 because they're small. When we have a guajolote, which is like it's a traditional Mexico City, breakfast dish. I mean, you can have it anytime, but it's typically breakfast. It's very carb heavy. I just want to take a bite or 2. I do not want to fully go into phase 2 yet. February, I want to lean into phase 2. You know what I mean? And just really plan out, this 500, 800 calories of real food. So essentially, I'm just moving things a little bit back. Right? I'm doing full January phase 1, basically. Instead of stopping on January 20th. Just full 1. And maybe even that those last 10 days of January is the fast. Right? Is the fast. So, I think in past years, I would have just regressed to my old habits completely and not even planned to get back on board. Where I would have been so upset with myself that it just affected my mental, I guess mental health, but more just mental, point of view of the situation. But I understand that, these things were going to happen. I mean, I had never done it before. I had never gone as long as I did. And to think that I was, I think I had strong chances of making it full 90 days, but I came up short. And, the first step for me is like recognizing that I fell short. The second step is recognizing that I've fallen off a little bit. to my commitments, and the third step is, you know, how do we get back? And then the fourth is doing it. So I'm ready to get back on the horse fully. Again, it's a mental thing. It's a complete mental thing. So I'm gonna get back to the daily vlogs. My brother got me this vlog stick for Christmas, but it's kind of complicated, so I'm still learning how to use it. I do eventually want to invest in a mic, and I did think about maybe, like, you know, editing these videos and cutting them and it being more comprehensive throughout my day instead of like an end of the day video, but I just don't think I have enough time for that. And I also don't want to pay anyone for that. So I think we're gonna stick to the end of the day videos. Maybe have one cut where, like, I do like I show myself in the gym for a little bit, and then cut to the car talk video. You know, I had stopped watching Sam on a daily basis. You know, just these little things that kind of, like, you know, that were helping you, that you were part of your process. I just went away from them. But what kind of helped is David Dobrik finally posted a video and showed his fitness transformation, and it was, like, amazing. You know, I mean, he wasn't really that big to begin with, but still, I mean, he went from 181 to he's kind of looking like he's probably between 150 to 160, and he's lean and he's cut. You know what I mean? So, like, that kind of, you know, got me back. Okay, let's get back on the horse, kind of a thing. Yeah. So, yeah, man. That's it, guys. Well, I'll see you tomorroo. Echala ganas.